Looking to find harmony and work-life balance? Join Coach AnnaJo as she shares practical strategies, empowering mindsets, and inspiring stories to live the life you want to lead on AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. Now, here's your host, Coach AnnaJo.
Welcome everyone to another episode of AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I'm Coach AnnaJo, and I'm here to challenge the myth of balance and find real harmony in modern life. Get ready for that moment that will inspire you to take action and live life on your own terms. I'm your host, Coach AnnaJo. Let's dive in. The back to school season is here. I'm not sure if you walk into a store like me last week, Michael's. And what did I see? Halloween decorations. But it was not just Halloween, it's the whole coming season. Because after Halloween, what's coming? It's coming Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and then end of the year. I don't know. When I went to that store, and I was happy with my back to school list, just to think about that, I will have everything I needed. And when I saw these beautiful colors of the decorations for Halloween, cute things, really, I was like, am I ready for this? And looked like I was kind of starting to have this song in my head. Are you ready for this? Looks like this music behind me, and I was going, I know I am a badass and I can handle this. Of course, that I'm happy that my children come back to school. I am, because after camp, there is this 2-week gap that I have them at home and I need to work, and it's the balance of harmony is even a bit more challenging. So if they are back to school, it's good. The routine is back. And if you are like me, you are looking for the best routine. And if you think like, oh gosh, from last year to this year, what else do I need to implement? What's the new things? How can I have the kids and the children have a better setup and the things that they need, and it's easy and it's going to be amazing this year? I'm not sure if you have these type of thoughts. I do. And what I do normally is like, I don't know, I started to look after blogs and start to do my research. What's kind of the new thing is going on there for me to learn to have my kids set up. And yes, from LinkedIn this year, I saw so many LinkedIn articles and blogs in social media, how to have the best back to school, how to be the best mom on back to school, how to support your children on back to school. So I was like, oh my God, I'm a work-life balance coach, so this is amazing. And when I started to read all those articles, like the 5 tips to start strong, the 10 tips, the 10 ways, right? So I thought it was amazing. I learned something, true. But the thing is, look, that advice is amazing. It is amazing, but is missing the most important point. You. Yes, yourself. None of that advice, how to set up a routine about your children, how to get organized, how to do meal prep, will matter if you are not taking care of the most important person, you, yourself. And I know you know that, but none of those articles have a point. There's one like 10. I saw one in LinkedIn has 20 points. Amazing, super detailed, all about the children, all about the communication with the family, all about the calendar. But none of them had one point, which was you. And this is how I'm going to explain you how important it is to take care about yourself. Because if you are the badass, you want to live your life on your own terms, you need to follow this framework that I'm going to start to explain on this episode. And perhaps you are thinking, I know, it's always the same thing here over here. My children are at middle school, perhaps, and you had already, 8 years of back to school, right? I don't know, depends where you are in your journey. But I'm talking about the season, not only back to school, but the busy season of your life. And busy woman with children and a young family that go to school, there's a lot of organization. And I think it's good to recognize that, it matters to have a routine, a meal prep, and the calendar and the communication, and have a positive intent, and have the rinse and repeat list of routines for the children. I know it's good. And have also getting the carpooling and, like your thoughts, if you're like me, from 4 p.m., right? So because I have my children, my children, my younger one who needs more about the support, right? So she's after school, but between 4 and 8 p.m., I am a mom, but call me Uber driver, right? Call me Uber driver. That's me, the badass who have it all. I'm an Uber driver from 4 to 8, right? I'm driving them all around, karate, dance classes, drama, then tutoring, and then for my son, right? And then he doesn't drive yet. So because I have a high schooler, right? A senior. This year is going to be a senior. So means that I'm on the back to school already for 12 years, right? So, or coming to the 12 years. And I have a first grader. We just starting last year, kindergarten, and then just started. So I'm in these two lives of being a mom of first grader and with moms of first graders, and the moms, which is like a different concerns of a high schooler, right? So there's a different also perspective from me to have these back to school. But the thing that, concerns me more is like, okay, I am a Uber driver, mom, a qualified one, and I am a badass as well. I am the chef, I am the house manager, and everything in between. And I am a badass and have it all, a career, and I know what I'm doing. All right. So the thing, look, having it all, it doesn't mean that you have it to do it like on the planning. And please have it, because it's amazing, because it gets easier. But the point here is taking care of yourself. Prioritize yourself. Build quality me time. And please don't tell me, I know, I should, or I started, but I couldn't keep up. Don't tell me that. What I want you to know is that you are the priority for real, the badass priority that everyone in your calendar, in your shared tasks, in your routine, everybody, including you first, respect that time you're going to build. And now you're listening to me and say, okay, how do I do this? Okay, how do I do this? And I know it's not easy. I'm telling you, I have a senior high school and I go over and over 12 years, right? It's 12 years. Am I correct? Yes, 12 years on the back to school, right? And with different countries and with different places, like, with different times and school routines as well, okay? Because we live in different countries, and he was attending school also in different systems. All right, let's put the things like that. So I understand that it's not easy to prioritize yourself, but because you are listening to this podcast and because you want to be the badass in your life and live life on your own terms, I'm gonna share with you what is the easiest to get started to be the badass you want. All right, let's go. I want to share with you like just my journey when I decided to become an entrepreneur, right? So before that, I'm a former corporate for 18 years in a global organization, and I had a beautiful career. And I had not my 9 to 5, because it was not at all a 9 to 5. So I had a full-time job that very demanding. So with the 2 children, right? And I had this dream, which is following a dream of becoming an entrepreneur and being a life coach, as I am right now. So while I was having my full-time job in this global organization, I was as well building my business. So imagine like full-time job, then side hustle, and then being a mom. And then when I arrived to this season, I always saw myself like juggling even more, right? Because there was more things to juggle, and especially with the activities from the children and the fall sports here in US. So it was a lot to manage. And because I am I don't have my family living here, so I'm Portuguese, all my family is in Portugal, so the support system was short means either I have a babysitter or kind of the neighbors on the or the family around. It was not so easy. So what I was seeing, it was that exhausting. And then what I was seeing, beyond being exhausted, and tired, I was not a happy tired, right? So me, that I was resentful. I wanted to everybody understand my pain of be all around and being always on the rush, right? So I think that's the difference, being tired and being tired resentfully. Do you like this word? Okay. So I think those two things have difference, because if you do something that you really truly love and you feel that that's it, I'm a badass, I'm doing something that really matters, even if I'm doing like the Uber driver from 4 to 8, still you feel that you are in control of your life, living life on your own terms, right? So you feel tired. It's impossible you can feel tired at the end of the day, but you feel fulfilled, and that's the difference. So when we look for a validation, someone that, oh yes, I know, understand, oh my God, look at you, yes, life is not easy, and you go on this pattern, you don't feel fulfilled. It's impossible. You don't. You're going to feel tired by being tired. You know what I mean? So, no. Here we talk about badasses who want to live the life on their own terms. And that is about life. So what should I do? And then look, I had access and still in corporate, because it was a global organization looking after self-care. Take time to yourself. Imagine, like, because it was so big, the organization, there was still even that meditate, like there was like it was teams, like a team, like for all the organization, not organization because it would be too much, but like the department, which was a lot of people, going to meditate for 10 minutes. Really. And it's like, oh, let me see if he's going to go there, right? And because there was a top senior leader, so I was like interested to see if he was going to work or not. And you know what? It was like, imagine that calendar invite going to, I don't know, 500 people, and it has like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and perhaps it was the top senior leader that was organizing and doing this meditation, was telling the people around, come, please, right? It was very interesting that the things that are available, most of the time, we don't take advantage. It puts on the box of should, but I don't have time. And here I'm telling you that I'm going to give you a framework, which is coming from the corporate. Who's listening from the corporate will recognize these as a framework from corporate as well, especially on the feedback 360, which is the stop, start, and keep. Okay, so if you follow these 3 steps, what am I going to stop? And one action. What am I going to start? And one small action. And what am I going to keep? And the keep is not start, is an action, is keep doing, but it's to leverage. What am I going to keep and leverage? All right, so that means that I'm going names that activity I'm doing. So I really can I can elevate the level on I am keeping, because it's keep, but keep, like higher level of keeping. I don't know if you understand me. Like the thing is, I'm keeping with pride. Look, I like it. I'm keeping with pride. All right. The third step, I'm keeping with pride. So, and that is the stop, start, and keep. Normally we use this in corporate for feedback 360 and, like to improve in a certain skill or a certain something, right? Whatever. It could be career, could be personal, could be communication, whatever. And I'm telling you to do that for yourself. It's a 360 to you, from you to yourself. And why is like that? Because it's like a stop and reflect, right? So let's get like stop and reflect and get an action. And I want a small action. And this is how I did it to get started and to build my morning routine. And the morning routine, I have like so much pride right now having my morning routine, which works for me, which now takes around 3 hours. Okay. Me time takes 3 hours for to be the thing set. Okay. It's negotiable to be 1 hour and a half, but it has to happen. And everybody in my house knows it has to happen. All right. So, and it was not from one day to another that I built this morning routine, which actually starts with myself waking up, working out. Then I do 10 minutes of guided meditation, not meditation only by myself. I'm trying to, but I prefer guided meditation. And then within that guided meditation, normally I do my gratitude. I'm trying to get the gratitude differently. Okay, those are details, I know. And then get ready. Get ready means I have my time. Get ready to do like shower, makeup, hair, put myself, get dressed, everything. So that is around 3 hours if I do everything in completion. If not, I do a shorter workout. I don't wash my hair, you know what I mean? Like I short it down and it could be an hour and a half. But see, the things are there for me with clear steps. And if I remember, like I recognize myself, if I would talk like that, like with these like reassurance that I need that. These are non-negotiable in my life. I'm telling you, it wouldn't be possible like 4 years ago when I had my corporate job, my side hustle, and being a mom all around, like, perhaps you are. And then it's like thinking about like more time, 1 hour, and it could be starting with I didn't start with an hour, I started with less. Having the morning routine, and everybody was talking about morning routines. In my corporate, they were talking about morning routines. The high achievers always have a morning routine. For you to succeed, you have to have a morning routine. And my morning routine is get ready, rush, and get ready for the kids to leave the house for me to drive them. And between on the coffee and stuff, you know what I mean, for me to leave the house as well, and at least be kind of okay, right? So means okay means, am I dressed or am I in my PJs? It will be something like that. But when I started to make a decision, and that's the difference of being a badass. Here, please listen to me. If you are a badass, you are listening to this and you are starting to get like, what decision I need to get started. And from that time, and like when I quit my job and became a full-time entrepreneur, my morning routine was full, like a non-negotiable. It was already there, because I started to implement this in the moment that I was like the busiest, where I had to do so many things at the same time, where I didn't know what to negotiate with the family, because I thought, and that's my background, right, where I come from, that my mom used to do it all. Right. So that's kind of the role models I had. I come to the human leadership and, but I see all the women talking about the same. We all need to take care of our children. My husband, actually helped me. And, this is what I'm listening. And I'm not saying that you have a different setup. And if you have, it's fine. But what works for you? And this framework helps you to structure in small steps, very small actions for you to get in execution mode. And I'm sure to have these thoughts that I really know that I need to start to prioritize myself. I really know that I know to get started. And also, I want you just to don't be beat up on yourself because I know I should. No, it's fine. And you know what? You want the best for your people. You want the best for your children. You want the best for your family. All right. And you are giving from yourself, and that's a beautiful action. All right. So, but come from the place where you can get started to take care of yourself, to have the energy, to be authentic, to be the best version, and to be the role model for your children, and to be the badass you want to be in this world and make a real impact to your family first. Okay. So, and for that, so let's go and see about how could this work, the framework of stop, start, and keep. Okay. It's a very well known, but here we're going to implement, and could be implemented to the back to school, back to this busy season, but is to actually ultimately for you to build your quality me time. And me time is one of the pillars I use. I have my work-life harmony program, which is a one-on-one coaching program, and it's about 5 pillars. And the third pillar is quality. I don't say quality, it's me time. Okay. And the me time, why is so important, and work on that. And this is the type of work we do. Because it's like, oh, yes, I do workout. This is what I listen from my clients. Oh, I need to work out more. Oh, I need to find my balance because I need to meditate. Those are the two things, right? So, or, oh, yes, my me time, I go to the nail salon and do my pedicure and manicure. This is what I listen the most. But this is not about you. It could be included, but it's not about that. It's about to build a non-negotiable moment for you to have for yourself, to reflect in what you want, what you need, and what are the decision making that you want to have. All right. So, but you need to space. You need the space for that. All right. And what does that look like for you? So, because it could be overwhelming and the should mania could kick off and then boom, you don't do it. What I would like you to do and is to get this easy framework. Stop, start, and keep. So get ready for the stop. What does it look like? So one small action that you actually need to stop doing and that drains you. And say, like, for me, when that time I was like with a side hustle, full-time job in corporate, mom of a toddler, a middle schooler. And, it was about like I was doing all the chores at home. All right. So, and for me, I got started the dishwasher and laundry. Can I let it go? But of course, how can I let it go, dishwasher and laundry? But I started with dishwasher, and my son was a mid-schooler in that time. And actually, on the all activities that the back to school, in one of the back to schools, I actually like, look, are you okay to get started helping mom? And you have the task daily of unload, all right, the dishwasher. And you know what? He got happy. That now he's not get happy because he still has that chore at home. But at that time, he really got happy because, oh my God, I'm doing something that, is really helpful. And I use also that point. I think I read this, like, put the positive environment to your children, reinforcing the positive behaviors. Of course, like, you're the best. My God, look at this. You did so well. And you know what? Like, I had some broken dishes. I had, things happening. Like the lids from my Tupperware. I don't know where are they. Looks like socks. Forget it. But that's it. I stopped doing the dishwasher. Looks like crazy. This is a badass action. Yes, it is. Because I had to have the conversation with my son. I had to think about that. I overcame like he can't do it because he's always on like 14 or something. No, no, I had it. It was the moment to actually take the action. All right. And the laundry as well. And, what am I doing? But then it's about the one action I'm saying here is so small as I'm not doing. And you're not doing really, because sometimes it was there like to unload and then like the dirty other dishes you needed to put like in dishwasher. And what happened? Then it was the pile right in the sink. All right. So that was happening as well. But the thing you hold there because you are taking action, you are not doing the dishwasher. See, one small action, then how many other situations you are going to find to deal with. And this is the real thing of being a badass because you are not doing dishwasher. You stop doing it. Okay. All right. One action to start. And here the start, and especially if you're talking about delegating tasks, is going to be a hard work, right? So if you talk about like your me time, you need to get space. It's not like about finding and shrinking more tasks to have the 10 minutes, which is only for you. And then you are, thinking about like what's next because you need to run for another drive or doing the dishes or whatever, right? So it's about like, what am I actually delegating to create space? All right. Because I'm sure that you're busy. There's no more space in your calendar. I'm sure that. So start delegating could be a good one. But, if it's not that one, what else are you going to start doing? Perhaps you have the space, why not? And start to do something that you really like. All right. And perhaps start to wake up earlier. Okay. That could be one. Start to wake up early for your morning routine. That's one of the tasks. I really started to do it. I start to wake up early. And I said, I'm not a morning person. This was me saying, I'm always a night. I'm an owl. Like I'm a night owl. I'm like work better under pressure during the night, not in the morning. And now ask me what time I wake up. And like is my happy moment is actually the silent and go for a run like at 6 a.m. is my best time. All right. So what are you starting? And make one decision. All right. But something that is tangible, you feel it's easy. All right. And for me, I remember in that time was about, I was like waking up at 7 or something like that, 6:45. And I was like, okay, half an hour earlier, right? So it's not like now I wake up at 5:30, but it was like half an hour early. And it was like, it was heavy. But then I was deciding, and it was only an half an hour. And believe me, that an half an hour, I didn't know what to do with that half an hour then after, because I was still not recognizing the space I was having for the me time. It didn't looks like it didn't make sense. I don't know if it makes sense telling you that. Looks like I was like punishing myself because I was tired, and then I was waking up even earlier until I understood, oh my God, what can I do with this in half an hour? So there was some time here. So that's why once you decide to have something that you're going to start doing, okay, stick to that for a while. It could be 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and really understand what are the other things around that you need to deal with to make it happen. Do you get it what I mean? So, because for me, it was waking up an half an hour earlier, right? And then what did that look like? And I didn't know what to do with the time. I was even tired. I was like with so much effort. And then until I was like, no, I can work out, I can meditate, I can drink my coffee. I could do so many things. I can work. Like, I don't know, I could do so much on that. Oh, they have a choice for that 30 minutes. And of course, there's like so many like blueprints of morning routines. Pick one, right? So whatever. But the decision here is not about the full morning routine. It's about a small action. And if 30 minutes earlier, fine. The other one that is very common, that's why I was saying, is about start delegating tasks. All right. And for instance, it's really kind of a non-negotiable thing that stick to your plan. All right. So, and that is really, really important. Stop and start and stick to the plan. All right. And that is perhaps the most difficult one. It's not stop and start, it's about sticking to the stop and start. To then not about stop and start, it's about keep doing. And then like the keep doing. All right. So then the keep doing already brings you joy. I'm sure, like keep something that, you believe that feels like a badass. And you believe that is something that will brings you, if it doesn't really bring joy, but you want to elevate and you want to improve that time, because we're talking about me time, right? This is all about improving your me time, to have quality me time, to be the badass, to deal with all the season that is coming of back to school and all the other season, the busy season of holidays that are coming, right? So the keep doing for you what is making, like brings you the benefit of being a badass, brings you joy. Elevate it, please. For me, is the morning routine. My 3 hour, can I really have every day this 3 hour? That's me. Can I keep it and elevate it? Like I'm really working on that, having 3 hour me time every morning, because I don't have 3 hours of me time every morning. It's between 1 hour and a half and 3 hours. I really want to have the 3 hours as a non-negotiable. I'm not there. I am on the 1 hour and a half, but I'm not on the 3 hours. And the 3 hours means that I have a full workout. I have my meditation, I have my gratitude, I journal, because sometimes, most of the times, when it's an hour and a half, the journal comes after the day. So I journal, I read, and then I always listen to this podcast in the morning while I am like having a shower and in my cup, and I'm always having this yes, what the me time is like my learning, just not getting ready. I start this getting ready with something that gives me joy, which is listening to something that inspires me for the day. It's positive. I don't do no news, but it's always something like Brenda Bouchard, or a podcast from someone that I know that lift me, like get me on the moment of inspiring, right? Get inspired. That's it. That's kind of the bottom line. But look, if you are already having like my clients, like, oh, I have already my 5 minutes coffee moment every morning. All right. So if it's like that, let's keep the coffee moment and perhaps leverage and talk about the coffee moment. And the 5 minutes coffee moment perhaps can be 10 minutes. And that could be like start having like an half an hour coffee moment. But the thing is, I want you to leverage this coffee moment is about like how you're going to communicate, how you're going to be grateful for that coffee moment, and also to share with your family, the ones you need to communicate, the ones you have the calendar, shared calendar, that is your me time. All right. That is also an important point, is that your me time comes with the leverage of others recognizing that you need it. All right. So an example, like now my, an hour and a half or even like 2-3 hours, right? He's not there yet for the 3 hours. My family asked me permission if are you okay if we do this at this time? Because they know already that is a non-negotiable for me, having my morning routine, which means workout and get ready, right? So workout, meditate, which is within workout because I do straightforward after the workout, and then get ready, right? The shower and the makeup, and have as well like a non-disturb in the bathroom because we have shared bathrooms. Non-disturb means that I am listening to this inspiring podcast or daily fire from Ben de Bouchard. Okay. So, and if they want to be in the bathroom with me, sometimes, like I'm doing my makeup or something, my husband like, okay, no, this is my moment. So keep listening to what I'm listening, right? So get learn. So that is also the non-negotiable. But what I mean is always come the leverage, for instance, these keep doing from a place of empowerment, from a place of positivity that you want more of that. All right. So, and the leverage is not only from you, but from you to others to get the value of what does that mean for you as a badass who want to live on your own terms, right? So I don't know if you get it. So it's about like stop, start, and keep. 3 little actions, 2 actions, 1 stop. What is the one thing you need to stop? And the easiest, I'm stopped doing the dishes. And crazy that it looks like you're going to stop doing that. I'm saying that because I did that one and look like crazy. If I'm not doing what am I going to happen to my kitchen? And it worked. Okay, I'm telling you, all the other things you deal with that, but the decision right now, do one thing that you really, really drain your energy. Start doing something that gives you joy. I wish, I want, I should. No, stop. And start very small, but something that you believe you're going to start doing, stick to it. All right. And get this joy of non-negotiable of that start thing to the quality me time. And then the keep doing, please, the thing is working. Please keep, and keep the thing that brings you joy, but elevate it, leverage to be even bigger on your moment, like from this place of empowerment. Give it like a names that keep, that is working for you. And I hope this stop, start, and keep framework, which is the easiest thing ever that perhaps you can learn from this episode. But it's so easy. That's why being easy, you can put in action right now. After you listen to this episode, I'm sure you have put in I don't know, like write it down, like a pen and paper and say what you're going to start. We're going to stop, start, and keep, and then communicate and do what you need to follow through. Because what makes you a badass at both work and life, it's when you make a decision, you follow through. And that's why you start small, because you can trust on yourself. And because you can trust on yourself, starting small is the way of doing it. And get ready for this season of back to school. Be the Uber mom driver and get ready for your decorations of Halloween and then Thanksgiving and everything else, and be happy and have the joy. And why? Because at that moment, you're going to have your non-negotiable me quality time. And of course, be happy. And thank you for tuning in to AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses. I hope today's episode has inspired you to live your life on your own terms. Until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are capable, and you can do hard things. See ya.
You've been listening to AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses, with your host, Coach AnnaJo. To learn more about Coach AnnaJo, her blogs, and her coaching programs on how to achieve the work-life harmony you deserve, head on over to AnnaJoTalks.com. Make sure to follow Coach AnnaJo at Coach AnnaJo on all social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe and listen to all of the AnnaJoTalks episodes on Apple, Google, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. AnnaJoTalks, Work Life for Badasses was produced by Thrive Loud Productions. Thanks for listening.